Chris from the Garage here. This morning we're being acquainted with an old friend here. This is the Stormtrooper edition of the Silverado. This is all factory, all kinds of factory. Actually, this light was not factory. This light adds 7.2 horsepower to the truck. Nice, huh? Anyhow, this is all the way from Vietnam. This truck comes from, and as you can see, Silverado flavor, Stormtrooper flavor also. So we're gonna be if you stand back and look at it, we're going to be going from a 2-inch lift kit, or leveling kit, so to speak, on the front to a 3, from the bottom to the top. We're going to do a little, I don't know, we're probably going to screw something up really bad. Fellas. See, initially we had a 2-inch leveling kit on this truck. We're going to take it off. It went on the bottom, and we're going to put this this upper leveling kit on. It looks like it's a turbo. That's a turbo. Koaler systems. Yeah, it's a turbo, man. This is
makes sense.
Yeah, this leveling kit's this is going to put 27 more horsepower on the truck. You got to drain the gas out of it every 5 miles. It's going to be such good gas mileage, I'm telling you. What we got? Wow, now that is nice right there. See, this thing, what normally people don't tell you is when you put these leveling kits on, if you notice, it's rotating 180 degrees, so we're gonna have to take the strut completely off. It's gonna have to turn 180 degrees so it'll bolt back up, but we'll show that in just a minute. But yeah, this is all it is to it, fellas, right here. That's it. Nice billet, aluminum. Nice. This is like playing the lottery, guys. Some of these are fake, some of them are not. This one came out, so I don't know. We don't need that. We're going. No. See, it might be across from it. Oh, look at there. Just like the lottery. Just like the lottery. Yeah. See how those are duds? These are true ones. Fuel. Oh, you're supposed to break these loose before you jack the truck up, but here at Chris from the Garage, we strive on doing things the hard way. There's entirely too many lug nuts on this truck. It only needs 3. Good. All right, guys. Well, we're down here. We're gonna work on this Silverado here. We've got the 2-inch leveling kit, as you can see right here on the bottom, right there. And the new one is gonna go up here. There's 3 18mm bolts up here. What we've got to undo is we've got to unhook these. Yeah, that right there, and we got to unhook this. Yeah, that right there. This back here. Yeah, we're gonna unhook a few things, and so this thing can come down and come on down and get the clearance we need, and see if we can't squeeze that piece of aluminum up on top there. All right, we're on the top side of Stormtrooper here. As you can see, this leveling kit, as we've already showed you, goes on the top of this truck. So we're gonna, if you see all these little plastic clips here, this is your strut bolts. 1, 2, 3. These just plastic clips just pull off to hold the wiring harness there. If these wires get in your way, side cutters work nice to cut them out of the way. 3 18mm bolts. I'm gonna break them loose with my trusty ratchet here like this. And after I get them broke loose, I'm gonna put an old impact on her. We'll see how well she runs out. Old trusty impact on here. Numeral uno. Numeral dos. And then, as my youngest son would say, Numerical trace. Numerical trace. Oh. Sometimes old manual got to get on it. Probably should have sprayed some lubrication on that. Probably would have come off a lot easier, but like I said before, here at Christmas Garage, we try to do things the hard way. It's always better to run it out without lubrication, so then the thread's gone. You can't put it back in. Because we probably won't be hooking this back up. Because, you know, you don't need none of this junk. If you're racing on dirt, you don't even have a stupid sway bars. Anyhow, oh yeah, that's really tight. I probably pulled that up, probably match my hand, so let's not mess with that anymore. Let's get on this bolt here. We're gonna try to. She come right on out. You know why? Because I put that bolt in one time before. Definitely. Now if I can get over here on this side. Right on the top there. Beautiful. And a beauty. Straight Yeezy when you got a flag on your truck. I wonder if this thing would just pop out. You think it would? Let's see what happens. I'll just put a little bit of. Yeah. There it is. Okay. See now, the strut falls down. But the reason we're going to have to undo the rest of this is because when we put this spacer in there, it's going to be so tight and so bound up, you're just not going to get it out. So what we want to do is, I'm not even going to, that holds both of them. So what I'm going to do is knock this top bolt right here out, 10 millimeter. That gets these loose. And we're going to pop this thing off right here. Like that. That gives us plenty of clearance. We got an 18 millimeter right here. Whoop. I'll try to get this out. Now I always run these down to where they're just hanging on by just a couple threads. Then I beat on it with my finger masher. And you'll see why here in just a second. Watch this distance right here as I beat on this thing, and you'll see I got the nut down there that's going to hold it together. Well, keep watching it. There she goes. Now, we got pressure on the jack. Oh yeah, now we can get this on off. They make us do for an hour each class. And then this thing should do its little piece. We'll set this over to the side. All right, and I'm gonna let the pressure off of that jack.
Except Friday is a day like you can work, like the other days you gotta work with a bunch of other people. You gotta work at other people's pace like you do in school. But Friday you don't have any limits.
All right, now we should have the
you can do it as you want.
The clearance we need. Yeah, this thing should move on down out of the way. What was that? Yeah, that's yeah. We're gonna bolt that spacer up here. We're gonna have to turn this 180 degrees so it'll line our bolts back up. We're gonna put it back up in there, push it down far enough to get these bolts lined up, go back together with it. All right, spacer sits right on just like that. You put your washers in there. Now, just word to note, you notice they've got this big stud on top of those, and that's what these little plastic clips clipped on. When we put this new spacer back in here, those little clips are not going to be able to clip on there. So your wire's just going to be laying up there. Not a big deal, just so you know. They were 17, I think. Trace. Yes. 180 degrees. Like so. We should go back up. There's no problem. Alright. It's alright. Get her started up there. Give her a few threads, just like so. Now you see these bolts right here? They go in there, no pressure whatsoever. They just fall right in place. You ain't got to pry, pull, push on nothing. Like a boss. Get her started down here. Yep, you don't got to take the tie rod off. Proof in the pudding right there. No tie rod removal, but you do have to take the top ball joint. Now, if you do a 2-inch, you don't have to. But with this 3-inch, that extra little bit, it just can't handle it. Yeah, that's the proper Allen wrench to use. Always use proper Allen wrench. Like a boss. Now, what we're gonna do here, come on up. Notice we're coming back into the spot we need to be. I have to hold it, a little bit of pressure, keep coming. This thing's got a lot more pressure on it with that spacer in it. Now, what I'm gonna have to do so you can tighten this thing up, this is what most people won't tell you. This thing's a tapered fit and it pulls down in there and gets tight on this. And this is a lock nut. So, what I'm gonna have to do is I'm gonna pinch this together so it'll hold tight here so it will not spin, so that I can tighten this lock nut up. I'll show you how I'm gonna do that. Jack up on it some. I'm almost there. I think that'll hold pressure on it enough now so I can get it spun in there. Let's see how it works. What that does, holds pressure on that thing so that joint won't turn. That's the theory anyhow. Take that off. We never took that off, so we're good there. Beautiful. We all put it back together. Putting her back together. This back in. Just like so. Just like that. Put this back in place. Oh, that's in the clear. That's tight. Tighten up both of those. That's back tight. We never took that loose. All this down here is done. Yep, we'll put these nuts right on here. These are the factory nuts. Oh yeah, that one. Oh yeah, yep.
That's great.
That's what I wanted it to do. That was the plan all along. Silverado means it's like an Indian name. You got to have your war paint on you. Oh, you know when you're putting this thing back together. We've got some different patterns here. I think we found the right one.
Yeah, we have Ollie's mop curtains up there. That liquid up there. I'll get you.
All right, fellas, here we go. We got a little more space in here. And what we had, as you can tell, now we're going to be up over top the COVID virus. Instead of being underneath it, we're going to be up over top it. We're going to get it so the Z 71 Silverado officially a little bit higher than it was.